welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Gators will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Bama! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. So Florida's offense will have its first possession of the game. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To throw, it's Beck. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got it in the middle, it's Wilson. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Running back searching for a hole. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The handoff to Johnson. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Trying to set up the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. The give to the left. There he goes. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really nice run there. No, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They've always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try the run. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Catch in the middle, it's Hale. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Snags it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense, they just can't.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And the running back gets a 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. They took it 71 yards down the field. It was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Looking for room, it's Daniels. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Wants to throw. It's Beck. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And the Gators will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Trying to turn the corner on the left. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Up-tempo for the offense.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the 1st down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
And he make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Quarterback making adjustments. Oh, he's got a chance. Getting up close to midfield. Gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds. Alabama quickly back to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a 1st down. And here's the thing. You better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, right away after picking up a 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the move.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Final play of the quarter coming. Running it to the right. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. Alabama facing 4th down as we open play here in the 2nd quarter. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Got him downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Oh, they're after him. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Gators have their offense in high gear. They'll go to the ground. Finds a little space. Turning it on. And he'll race it to the house. Touch. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because...
Oh, there's an alley to the left. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. They're going to ride this running back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being real.
Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Alabama! He got it loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back to back. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line in recent years.
And the Gators will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll leave it with him. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. Pass to 50. The 30. Pass to 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown time. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number. But we're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had an onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling like that.
Gonna run it. It's Daniels. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Beck. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He'll try it again. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Alabama pushing the tempo. We'll see if this dude can keep it rolling. You know, 3 Alabama running backs have won the Doak Walker for the best running back in the country. Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Trent Richardson. Throw in Mark Ingram, who won a Heisman. He might be able to add his name to that illustrious list.
And we could still throw people in there. Sean Alexander, we can go back even further. Alabama's always had great running backs. And when your name gets mentioned with those guys, you talk about puffing out your chest and knowing that you've had a day or a season or a career when you get mentioned with those kind of cats.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. He lets one fly deep. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Bama.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, great job by the hands team receiving there. They're able to spot the kick, fall on it, make sure they keep possession, secure it. Nice job.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Gators are in the red zone. Looking for a man. It's Beck. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Second down, they'll go to the air. They get to him as he throws. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. After the earlier field goal, they'll try again, this time a 43-yard attempt. It's good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Auburn went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Tigers ever do that? Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to
turning on the Jets. He's at the touchdown, Florida. Made. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Off the play fake. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Hits him in stride at the 10. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
With the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. They'll go right back to it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Gators decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looks it in at the 40. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. That's going to wrap up the first half here. Now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Defense in press coverage. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. It'll be third and long. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Takes a hit as he fires. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now.
Trying to beat the D deep. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on third and long. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown Gators. What momentum. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Dropping back, it's Russell. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Listen, catch the football, understand fourth and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Pulls it in. It's Williams. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw again. Finds his tight end. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
Off-play action on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Russell. Pocket breaking down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown Tide! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 11 to Missouri. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that. There he goes. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Brown. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in the pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
The Gators are on the move. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking to pass. It's Beck. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
And those are tough passes when you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines. It's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Just gets rid of him before the heat.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been...
A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. Wants to adjust the pattern. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Bunch formation for these receivers. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Oh, he wants it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. A lot of urgency for this offense.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it
pulls it in down the middle. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing.
Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big...
A shot toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Hold offense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Looking to throw, it's back. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Single back formation, and they give it to it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes his way out to the 20 before he's stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Touchdown, Bama! All that movie in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Great place to start for this offense. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Jones wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabs it in the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make...
Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The Gators just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Rushes on him. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here comes that Alabama offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Running game got it done on the last play, now it's 1st down. To the ground, he's got it again. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Finds his man. It's Horton. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Running to Green. Oh, he's got some space. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. Alabama pushing the tempo. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Caught in the backfield. It's Horton. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. To the air. It's Simpson. Into the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on there.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And a sweet catch and a nice gain gets it down to the 30-yard line. Power football with the run. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. They go right back to him. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. The Gators come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They go to the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Rides the back on the option to give. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Now facing a 3rd and long. Jones to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes in the 22.
And that play is a microcosm of what this...
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go. And he tried to balloon that one in on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Here's Here's the heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Perhaps their punter is injured. Perhaps they don't like to punt. Perhaps they hold an inherent bias against kicking the ball to the other team. Whatever the reason, he's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough.
And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pressure coming. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And, man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense.
Going to take a shot at this DB. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on third and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. Bringing the heat. On target to the left. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that